How come y'all never get pumped on that, man?
Because it's your girls.
Saturday. They're working hard. You know how hard it is to find some Ho Johnsons that really want to go ahead and drop it like that for free.
Now we heard you popping off of that.
I unmuted myself.
Yeah.
I added some more layers to my audio and visual prowess.
Yeah, you keep them 304s to yourself, boy.
304, I love it.
I can mark out to my old video, sucker. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't noticed by now, allegedly it is Saturday night. Yep, that's about right. So we are back once again. The big guy KG, the People's Choice Don Rodriguez, the Nubian Sumo, rocking some drink. Is that some vodka? What you got?
Oh, today I got one that's suffering. I need to put him out of his misery.
Oh shoot!
Well, 1884.
Okay.
He's still celebrating Black History Month, and of course, this is
Black History Month. Do we get one more? We got one more go. I'll just check. Yeah, we got one more go round before Black History Month is over. Oh Lord! All right,
ain't no point.
Dang.
Ain't no point playing around. Dead soldier.
Well, obviously the Nubian Sumo is ready to go ahead and jump in.
In the like Kevin Samuels used to do it. How you do it? You go.
Flag is just waving down. It's going down. Thank you for all of your support and your efforts. Go and take that well-deserved hit.
That was
Oh Lord, got that man in convulsions. Clean up on aisle 3.
Well, I got a question. Hold on, I got a question.
We ain't got to the t-shirt yet.
Well, it was a question about the drink.
We ain't get there yet.
Okay.
Let the man tell about a t-shirt and a cigar, and then you can talk about the drink celebrating the niggas.
The what?
What?
No. I rebuke you. I rebuke you in what you just said. No. We're not having that here.
Sorry.
No.
I'm about to be me. I can't be me too, but that'd be me. So go ahead. What you smoking, what you drinking?
You about to get your card taken. That's what's about to happen.
You can't take a card. Come on, man. Come on. We got 2 weeks left. I've been good all year.
I don't care. I'm about to revoke your card.
I ain't got us fined at all, except for what just happened.
Tonight I'm smoking the Oliva Monticello.
Oh.
Very nice stick. Very, very boutique, if you will.
All right,
and then I'm sporting my defunct Suzuki-Gun Minoru Suzuki shirt. There's a reason why I'm wearing this tonight. Of course, there's pretty much always a reason why I got something going on.
Clearly.
Well, go ahead, KG. What you got for me?
A question. He's been waiting. He got a question.
Okay. Now,
serious as can.
First and foremost, good evening to everyone out there in podcast land, over there on IG, everywhere. Good evening. Question about the drink. You yourself are a
alcoholic
bourbon rye drinker, correct? You're not a white drinker, meaning you don't drink a lot of vodkas and gins and things.
Wait a minute.
The only clear alcohol I drink is.
Whoa. Say that again, KG.
Say what? He's a bourbon and rye drinker. He doesn't drink vodka and gins.
Oh, I thought you said he's a white drinker.
Yeah, he doesn't drink the white. You don't see him drink very much white. He drinks
Okay.
mostly brown.
I thought you said he was.
No.
Oh, shoot, man.
Hey, we got one of the young interns checking in.
I thought,
Oh,
you
Lord.
was about to say this man, alcoholic bunny hopping.
No. Dr. Umar would not approve. What's going on, Xavier? Have you got home yet, son?
Why you gonna put him out there like that? He out there in the streets. What time was you home?
When I was 15, I had a curfew. I ain't had a curfew since 16. So it's different. He ain't 16 yet.
How old is he?
15.
Boy, if you don't get your ass home, it's crazy out here in them streets. You may bump into somebody like the sumo, trying to get you to drink some of that. Hold on. Trying to get you to drink some of that Fort Mose. Just because it's Black History Month, that don't mean you need to go ahead and become an alcoholic like Uncle James. He has been doing it for a long time.
And look,
all of this
straight. First of all, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a drunk. I ain't going to no meetings.
All right, then. Now that we got that established, that's even worse. At least the alcoholics got some structure. They at least get like a bagel, say some coffee.
And I know you ain't trying to get me to quit because I'm not a quitter.
That's what she said.
He said he's not in the street, so he good.
Spitters are quitters.
Okie dokie. Moving right along.
It's going to be one of them shows.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
For the record, allegedly, the network has been talking about things that we cannot say on any of our Sideline Junkies produced shows. Just wanted to put that out there. I don't know if it's me. Maybe it's our show that has, caused some issues. So KG, there are some certain words that you cannot have the kids in the background saying. They can't say shit, damn, holy hell, ass clown, mother. Wait a minute, is this a Sam Jackson episode?
No, it's not.
All right, so we can't go there unless it's approved by Sam Jackson. That may be next week's show, just for the benefits of Black History Month. So we can't say bad words like that. You know what I'm saying? We can't say, anal retarded or anal retentive or R. Kelly. There's some bad words that we cannot say all across the board. So James, please behave tonight because we would like to have this show aired somewhere. Thank you. Back to you.
I ain't making no I ain't making no promises. Censorship was not in my contract.
See, I tried to control him, KG. Now you tell the boss that it's not my fault. I did my part. I did my public service announcement. I'm a good boy. The more you know. You see the star going across and all that stuff. Hey,
since when did this become AEW?
Dang. I'll blame Warner Brothers Discovery then. Don't sue us, please. Don't sue us. I'm just joking. He brought up AEW and censorship. Not like this is a wrestling show or something. Ain't nobody make sure ain't no kids around. Ain't nobody shitting nobody head.
You got a whole kid in the comments. And look, he joined in on the bullshit. I'm sorry, he joined in on the BS. He read the fine print.
Shouldn't he be at home? See, this is bad parenting. You had one job, KG. One job. Make sure the kids are home so that way they're not out there discovering all the people. I'm about to call my son, find out he at the place where the girl's on the pole. See, that's why I told you we shouldn't have had the girl dancing in the intro video.
We've been looking at 304s on the pole talking about get it.
Hey, the girls working hard though. I'm just saying. They was working hard. You know how hard it is to find some girls that's going to be in a video for free? True. You know what I'm saying?
We need to get this road on the show.
Does anybody know what this show's about?
Yeah. You got
to because apparently we're having some technical issues. Sumo has got some extra drinks, so he's going to be pretty much drunk by 9:29, or for everybody in Tom Joyner S-Land, 3 minutes after the 12-minute mark at the top of the hour. So he's going to be drunk. KG may be in and out. The boss BJ allegedly probably will not be watching tonight. And I'm going to say something. I'm telling you, I'm going to say it.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. Be watching.
I'm going to say something.
Let me say this before we get into this show.
I'm going to get us in trouble.
The boss BJ was watching on Thursday night. As soon as the show wrapped on Thursday, my phone went off.
You got in trouble? You said something bad? Did y'all do the naked episode? Didn't tell me?
The fine that was levied was unbelievable.
Probably because y'all tried to justify go-go being a valid form of music.
It wasn't even.
Watch your mouth.
Had nothing to do with that.
No.
Well, did you besmirch the good name of Taylor Swift?
You probably did.
No. We just we did overtime. You know, overtime's not approved anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
as long as you weren't getting kind of rapey up in there.
Nah.
There's some issues going around with that these days.
We was good. So that's why I said let's get this road on the show. Because if we don't, that phone. See, y'all don't get the phone calls. I do.
It's not my contract.
Yeah, not my contract. Number.
But always remember, it may not be in your contract. S rolls downhill.
Oh, you can say it. You go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
No.
That's all. Hey, what did I say a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about old boy? When I see P coming, I move. She stayed.
See, whoa. Allegedly. We ain't trying to get in trouble. I don't want no emails. Don't even have. KG, what's our email again so that way they can email and complain about this stuff James say?
This is the email is sideline junkies, all one word, 247. That's sideline junkies 24/7 at gmail.com. And while you're at it, while you're sending a complaint email, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and join our Sideline Junkies 24/7 group on Facebook.
And if you enjoy them girls dancing in the beginning of the intro video, just go ahead and let us know. We may do a reshoot and have more of them, or just a whole intro video just be them.
Or if you want to tip them, we can give you our Cash App,
which is Sideline Junkies, all one word, on Cash App.
Now you're gonna have people think we paying the girls. I said they do it for free. Dang.
We started GoFundMe for them. They say they can still work for free.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So allegedly, 15 minutes into the show, we do have something really to talk about. It may be wrestling related, and potentially there could be an elderly person doing a segment. So without further ado, this old ass motherfucker. That's still a good intro. I just want to say that. You know you like it.
Please allow me to whip this out.
I want to mark out for that, but I really don't know how to.
No, didn't get watch Blazing Saddles. That's where that came from. Anyway.
Yeah, but when you do it, it's a little special.
Right. Yeah.
So here you got a segment.
So
we carved out about some minutes, so that way you can fill in all of our lovely viewers about exactly what's happening out there in the indie land, and there could be some TNA involved. Hold up, wait a minute. That's definitely been some developments in the TNA world. So that's just Nubian has come back. I think this may be the first one of the year, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Is this the first one?
I believe we had one first week.
That don't count. That was a test run. You know, we just had nothing else better to do for that show. But this is the official one because it's actually something to talk about. So without further ado, we even gonna put him on the big screen. Why? Because it's Black History Month. We're supporting his shirt because he's talking about Martin Luther King. And you know, the elderly, you know, he can't see us, we can't see him. So it all works. So that's just Nubian. Oh shit, we lost him. Even better. Dang it, he's back. Go ahead.
This is what happens when you let people play with the keyboard.
I know. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and apologize to him now. So,
God dang.
All right. Hey, oldest ride, longest line.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
Space Mountain never smelled like formaldehyde. God dang. Go ahead, man.
So to start off, we're gonna give you we'll talk about Mr. Billy Jack Haynes, who recently was arrested in Portland, Oregon for allegedly murdering his wife. Mr. Haynes was engaged in a standoff with the police before his arrest and is currently in police custody at the local hospital for unrelated medical condition. Law enforcement officials said that he, quote, he is in police custody at the local hospital where he's been treated for a medical condition unrelated to the homicide or his contact with law enforcement. So once he's out and released from the hospital, he will be arrested and officially booked, I should say. And he will be, and they will be releasing the charges that are against him once he is booked. No real word since it actually happened. And any updates that will come, I will get back with you all and let you know what I find out. Now, Don mentioned TNA a little while ago. There has been a major shakeup in TNA where Scott D'Amore has been fired from the company. As you all know, Scott D'Amore was the president of TNA. He was the one who was pretty much running TNA over the course of the last few years on their upswing. All the major pay-per-views that have been happening, the good ones that have been going on recently, all of the changes that have been made, all the people that he's been bringing in has been affecting the bottom line on that. There was a word that he was trying to make some further changes and trying to get money into the budget in order to build up the company even more. And there was some backlash and pushback. According to Fightful Select, they let us know that although the news was shocking to many, including the roster, the wheels were in motion for D'Amore's termination a month prior to his being fired. D'Amore adamantly did not want to leave TNA, though Anthem had stated they had already wished to present it as a mutual departure. So they were trying to make it seem like he left on his own accord, but that was not the case. D'Amore was insistent that the two sides did not refer to it as his decision to leave or a mutual departure. There were talent who claimed that it was relayed to them that D'Amore stepped down, but it wasn't the case. Beyond that, Ontario, where Anthem is based, has strict employment laws for their employers, and not agreeing to that departure was mutual. That the departure was mutual was in the best interest of D'Amore moving forward. So if he had admitted or had taken to the stance that he had left on his own accord, then that would affect him in picking up positions and picking up jobs further along the line, according to the way the employment laws are in Ontario, in Canada. So beyond the two sides. Okay. So beyond that, Ontario agreeing the departure was mutual. The more moving forward, there was correspondence between the two sides to aid in the transition to new president Anthony Chichion into the new role. And he is a non-wrestler. He's had nothing to do with the wrestling business at all. He does know what's going on as far as production and television and whatnot, but he has nothing to do. He has had no experience within the wrestling community whatsoever. We're told that D'Amore has spoken highly of Chichion, but has reiterated that he didn't want to leave the role as president. Now, since this article has come out, there has been a letter that was given to the Anthem executives from the locker room, expressing their dismay and their disappointment in the decision, and giving a lot of support to Scott D'Amore in this situation. Now, I found it interesting that Jeff Jarrett chimed in, and Jeff Jarrett, being someone who is definitely somebody who would know a lot about TNA, Anthem, and all the background going on. He's not really versed as to what's going on with this particular situation, but he stated on his My World podcast, he said, as I sat down and drilled through everything, not without knowing any of the details, and as things trickled out, you hear, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the one thing that's in there is he tried to buy the company. The reason I think he tried to buy the company, if this is true, was because he wanted to spend more money. I don't know the books, but the Asper family is very well-to-do, and they've made a lot of money through the years off the television industry and cable, Access and Pursuit. And they did the merger a couple of years ago, or the acquisitions, and Steve Harvey got involved. So Steve Harvey, if you all remember back in 2019, Mark Cuban, who had controlling interest in Access, the television, the network, the cable network that shows the Impact and TNA shows, as well as HD Net movies, sold his controlling stocks in those companies to Anthem. And one of the members of the group, the Anthem group, that bought those shares from Mark Cuban was Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey has a little piece of the pie going on in here and what's going on. So I thought that interesting as well.
Yeah.
So
well, take a moment, say what's up to Raj.
What's that?
We got some salutations there, sir.
Oh, Raj knows I'm speaking. I talk to him all the time, so he knows what's going on.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Damn.
And he is to me. I talk to him. Hey, what's up, Raj? How you doing, man?
There you go. Just acknowledge the peoples. All right, go back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yes, he's been on this show. His face has been on this show. He about like Perry. He don't, he got a drawer in the dresser. He got closet space. Hey, don't be distracting me like that. What's wrong with you? Can't be doing that to me. What's wrong with you? What's your problem? Speaking of women, I mean, we've been talking about Scott D'Amore. I mean, there'll be more coming out about Scott D'Amore. Hopefully, I'm sure he'll land on his feet at some point. We talked last week about how he could make it to AEW, or he could do something with the NWA, or he is a very valuable piece anywhere he ends up. So, and hey, maybe he'll even go as far as getting his own company. So, I mean, because there are companies out there that could be swooped up and use his expertise in building up and making some more. Hey, competition is king around here. So, the more competition there is, the more people can work, the more wrestling fans have to see what's going on out here and bringing more talent out here to be spotlighted. So, best to you and everything that you got going on, Scott, and we wish you the best in your future. So now, next up, we want to go to the NWA, and we want to talk about what they did here last Tuesday. The NWA has now joined the CW family. They are 2 episodes in on the CW app, which is free. So anybody that wants to go check out NWA, they have seasons 15, 16, and this is currently season 17 that are on the app right now. If you want to go back and you want to see some things, you want to see how Tyrus was as NWA World Champion. If you want to see what's going on with the women's division and see how things went on there with Camille being champion for 700 plus days as women's world champion, how the NWA Women's Championship got started, with tag team titles got started, things of that nature. Some other talent that has come through there. If you want to check them out, that's available to you now. On the last episode, they had a world television title match, which was very interesting. The current champion, Mims, who won the title back in NWA 75, and this would have been his 3rd title defense, is going up against the women's television champion, Max the Impaler, who has all of her 7 title defenses, so she can go after any title that that they feel they want to go after. Once they cash in the TV title championship. They had a match to unify the television championships. I find this interesting because Max the Impaler is non-binary, and now they're talking about making, which is history, which I would consider history. They're making a major world championship a non-binary championship. So your winner was Max the Impaler. They have both belts now, of which they will. I'm not sure if they are going to be defending those belts together or separately. They have been known to wrestle men as well as women on a regular basis. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. But they have made history in doing this, and being that title has a lot of history behind it. This is interesting that they would choose that title to take off of a black man during Black History Month.
Sound like Sumo got beef. I'll cool you down.
A little bit. But I'm not mad because I like Max, so I like them, so it's not too bad. I'm not that mad about it. So we'll just have to see where they go with it. Now, as far as the New Japan goes, We got to talk about New Japan. They are in the middle of their Fantastica Mania a run where they team up with CMLL and bring some of their talent over to Japan for a series of shows. They have already they started on the 12th, and they will go into the 23rd, 22nd rather, with these shows. They've already now back on the 11th, they had a show that was a very major show, a very important show, because a lot of things happened during that show that need to be addressed. I'm trying to find the results of that. Okay, there you go. All right, so to go into the crux of everything, you had Kazuchika Okada's last match under contract with New Japan, where he faced Hiroshi Tanahashi in a non-title match. Hiroshi Tanahashi being the New Japan World Television Champion. There was a non-title match, and Okada did get the win over that, and it was very emotional. I'm sure anybody that's been with something or grew up with something or grew up within something for 17 years, would have an emotional bond to it. So he was, his last speech in Osaka was very emotional for him. There was an IWGP Tag Team Championship match where El Phantasmo and Hikuleo, the champions, went into a title defense against Chase Owens and Kenta from the Bullet Club, of which Chase Owens and Kenta wound up winning those titles, the heavyweight tag titles, bringing another set of championships to the Bullet Club, where they also have the IWGP Global Championship under David Finlay and the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships with Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors. So that makes them the 101st IWGP Tag Champions. Then there was a special singles match, number 2 for them, Bryan Danielson going up against Zack Sabre Jr. It was a 33-minute technical spectacle. I mean, it was something else. If you are into catch as catch can wrestling, technical wrestling, British strong style type wrestling, then this is the match for you. Y'all would suggest you check this out. I thought this match was better than the first match that they had in AEW. They were able to do a little bit more than what they did before. The big thing about this match was that Zack Sabre Jr. came in saying that even though Bryan Danielson did get the win in AEW, he didn't beat him. He beat him with a punch or a kick rather than something technical. They call him. He calls himself the best technical wrestler in the world, and he chose not to use anything technical to beat him with. And then Zack Sabre Jr. wound up winning this match with a crucifix pin. So he beat him with a technical move. So I'm expecting a third match out of this, for a rubber match, so to speak. So we'll look for that to see what happens there. And then you had the dog pound cage match between the members of the United Empire, Francisco Akira, TJP, Hanari, Jeff Cobb, and Will Ospreay, going up against the Bullet Club War Dogs, Drilla Maloney, Clark Connors, Gabe Kidd, Alex Coughlin, and David Finlay. Now, to go into this match and to give you details, this match, so it was a cage match, but it wasn't your regular cage match. Imagine a Hell in a Cell with the top cut off at the top of the top ring rope. That's how high the cage went. and it was a sectioned cage. So it was just like the Hell in a Cell, where you have the sections and you have the connection, the bars that connect the sections together in the middle as it goes around.
Right.
You had that with the and it was the spaces weren't that wide as far as they weren't wide like the blue cage that back in Hogan's early days, but they were kind of wide to where you could step through, but they didn't really try to. There was no escape, so they didn't even try to escape out of the cage or go outside of the cage at all because they had so much room outside the ring they didn't really need to. So and one of the main things about it was that this is the first time they've had a cage match in New Japan in 20 years. And the last cage match that they had nobody in the ring. It was an empty arena match. So they wanted to keep that aura and not have anybody try to go out and escape from the cage. So they didn't try to escape. They used the cage, but they tried to go over the top of the cage or go out into the crowd or anything of that nature. Now, so you got the half of Hell in a Cell aspect, and then you also had War Games rules. So Will Ospreay and David Finlay were supposed to be in there for 2 minutes, and then they were supposed to start bringing everybody else in 2-minute intervals at the beginning. But before the match started, Will Ospreay was like, well, since you are who you are, you're the global champion, and you Mr. Billy Badass, why not give me 10 minutes? And he was like, no, I give you 5, but I ain't giving you 10. And it was like, cool, I'll take it. And there they went. So they got 5 minutes together, and then they started bringing the advantage was obviously with the War Dogs. So, you had the War Dogs, and then everybody got into the match. It ended up where everybody on United Empire wound up getting handcuffed to the cage, except for Will Ospreay. Then Will Ospreay wound up taking everybody's finishes, and then took Finley's finish and was pinned for the victory. And this being Will Ospreay's last match under contract with New Japan, of course, they went out on a very emotional end with Will Ospreay being in the ring with all of United Empire and saying his goodbyes and whatnot. Now, it won't be necessarily goodbye because he does have it in his AEW contract that he will have access, or he will have times where will be wrestling under the New Japan banner. So we'll have to see what happens there. And then also they just announced on AEW that he will be wrestling Konosuke Takeshita, of which he's part of the Don Callis family. So we don't know how that's going to turn out. Is this Will Ospreay's heel turn or face turn? Will he be turning face once he gets over to AEW? How's that going to work out? So you got Will Ospreay heading to AEW. You've got Okada that's supposed to be headed to AEW. Even though I would love to see him in WWE, and you don't hear me say that often, but there are too many matchups for Okada not to go to work to WWE. Too many more worthy matchups that he could have, but that's just my opinion of how that goes. So you also have coming up, you're going to have the New Beginning shows in Sapporo. These are going to be some important shows that are going to end up leading into the New Japan Cup, which will start on March the 7th. But on February 23rd, you will have a title defense for the IWGP Women's World Championship with Mayu Iwatani going up against Mina Shirakawa. You'll have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, El Desperado defending against Sho from the House of Torture. House of Torture will also be represented in the Never Openweight Championship match, where the champion Evil will be defending against Shota Umino, and Hiroshi Tanahashi will be defending the World Television Championship against Matt Riddle, and also Nick Nemeth will be in a IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match, trying to win the title from David Finlay. Now, also on the 24th, you will have some matches where Nemeth will be and Finlay will be going up against each other in a tag team match. This will be the last match. This will be the last card for Tama Tonga, who will be teaming up with his brother for the last time, Tonga Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny, going up against the new Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo and Hikuleo. So it's Gorillas versus Gorillas in that match. You'll have a 10-man tag where members of the United Empire will team up with Matt Riddle against members of Chaos, along with Hiroshi Tanahashi, captained by Kazuchika Okada. But some of the main events will show the Los Ingobernables de Japón in a series of singles matches against the faction Just Five Guys, Bushi versus Taka Michinoku, Hiromu Tanahashi versus Doki, which will be a prelude to the Best of the Super Juniors coming up later in the year. Shingo Takagi versus Tai Chi, which will be a precursor to the New Japan Cup. You got Yota Tsuchi versus Yuya Uemura, which is a match between two of the new four pillars of New Japan that will be going on, and this will be a hair match between the two of them. So somebody's going to lose their hair in that match, and then the main event for that card will be Tetsuya Naito, your IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, versus Sonata in a title defense from Wrestle Kingdom back in January. So that's everything that I have for right now. There will be some follow-ups as to the matches that I talked about. NWA will be having something soon. MLW will be coming up with some things pretty soon, now that they're doing a lot of shows on YouTube. So you could be checking MLW out and to see what they got going on. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything that they want to ask about, or want to inject anything?
Well, you talked about the TNA thing, so I'm glad we got into that. We'll have to keep an eye on, if that letter is going to have any effect, or if there's going to be any repercussions or ripple effect. People want to tap out, go somewhere else, wherever Scott may land. Do you think that Tony Khan could ask for some help? That just sounds stupid. Even that question is like, Tony ain't asked for no help. If that was the case, he'd be not be the only booker and everything else. And it is what it is. So
now, it could be interesting. What could be interesting is that, and this is something else I should bring up, is that Rossi Osawa, who is the person who created Stardom, has in a similar situation has been ousted from Stardom and Bushi Road, which is the owners of New Japan and Stardom. So we got a lot of Stardom people, Stardom ladies, who are leaving Stardom to go to what he's going to be starting up here soon. He's talking about doing his own organization as well. Now, come to find out, this is the reason why Kairi Sane wound up leaving Stardom, because she knew that he was going to be leaving, or he wasn't going to be sticking around too long. This is the reason why Julia is leaving, And she had the reason why she hasn't gotten to WWE yet is because she made she had an agreement, a promise to Rossy Osawa, saying that she would help him in any way that she could to start his new promotion up. So she's going to be delaying, or she got permission to delay her appearance, her first appearance in WWE for this to get started. Now, interesting note, she was in a show last night where she wound up now she has very long hair. I don't know if it's an extension or whatever the case may be, but she had about 3/4 of her hair cut off last night after the match was over. Now that hair is really reminiscent of Bianca Belair's hair. So did they do that in preparation of her coming over? Is this something that, like a foreshadowing?
If it is, then that means she
or
would go
whatever the
straight
case.
to
So we'll just have
roster,
to see,
right?
but it'll be interesting to see. I would think so. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes and what goes on there. Could Scott D'Amore head over to Japan to help out over there, or because he did say that he wanted to go out to Japan at some point. He has mentioned that he wanted to go and do some things over there. So we'll just have to see what's going on and what happens with that.
Yep, he's got options. And these days, that's a good place to be. In a space where you have options and you don't have to rush, and you could do things. But what I'm really curious about is who is part of that group that he was aligning himself with to make that purchase attempt. That'll be interesting if that comes out.
I haven't seen any other names other than himself.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything either. But
they aren't out there because you got some fellows that are out there that have made vague inferences about wanting to start their own productions or start their own promotions. Mm-hmm. Conrad Thompson being one of them.
Yep.
Conrad Thompson is a pretty big fan of Scott D'Amore's. So
and he's already got his dipped his feet into the fire with Ric Flair's last match and producing that, and he talks about that multiple times. So that could be something.
And I'm sure if talked to properly and given the right in motivation, Jeff Jarrett wouldn't be too far against starting up another go with a company.
Or if nothing else, giving some advice. I mean, he's right across the microphone from Conrad. So it's not like you can't say, hey, Jeff, well, they talked about it for a while. Anyway, what was Jeff's successes? What he learned from TNA and all that stuff. So, yeah, the blueprint is already there. He's got the learning tree that he's been sitting under. With Scott there as the figurehead, I mean, you've got something. And with potential other situations happening in WWE, if something goes awry or Shane says, you know what, I kind of miss it, but I ain't going back over there right now. I'll kick you some ducats. Shane could be a silent benefactor. Or stranger things have happened. Vince could kick in some money. Just so that way, he could be a part of something. Like, hey, you won't let me on that side? I got you, dog. I'm going to kick some money over on this side. So, who knows? We'll see how this plays out. But again, as I've said, how much, I'll ask, how much scuttlebutt or Vince McMahon talk have you heard this week?
Not a peep.
How much Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have you heard this week?
Oh, all kinds. The man is involved in Daytona 500 tomorrow.
Good, bad, and indifferent. I've heard it all.
Have you heard this week?
A lot.
So,
especially after yesterday's SmackDown and everything, all the hidden Easter eggs going on in that promo.
If there's not another shoe to drop between now and April, this will be a thing of the imagination by May. That's all I'm saying.
Nope, because I'm going to keep it alive.
And segment's over. So it's been a while, but we definitely appreciate it. We pushed it off about 2 weeks, actually, because the landscape of the Indies and TNA and New Japan and all that stuff was changing rather rapidly, almost in real time, because on a couple of Saturday shows, there were shows happening that, it's better to wait and see what the aftermath was going to be than to talk about the show while it's happening. And, we're not able to give a true perspective because we don't know exactly how the pieces will fall. So this has been a long time coming to get the Sumo free to be able to talk about everything and catch us up on all things That's Just Nubian. So thank you for that. And now, in the last, hour of our show, just want to see if KG was going to say anything. But no, in the last portion of our show, I will go ahead and admit that I am going to be a gracious champion and put my picks title on the line so that way y'all can have the opportunity to lose to me for a second time in 2024, as next week in the crack of all hell, it is too damn early in Perth, Australia, the Elimination Chamber will be happening. Are we mad about The Rock joining the Bloodline? You mean the new Nation of Domination? No.
I'm not necessarily mad at The Rock.
Is back.
I'm just upset about the timing of it and it interrupting what was already set up for Roman and Cody. But the way things was going down on yesterday, that's put a new wrinkle in what's going on, or what could be potentially going on. Mm-hmm. So we'll just have to see what happens.
KG, I know you got some feelings about your boy coming back. You're muted.
I forgot I was muted, but I'm going to say this because I've been awfully quiet just listening. But no, I'm not mad. I'm a little perturbed because this is not how I imagined it to happen 2 years ago. But things change, and it's like they're going on the fly. So it's nothing to be mad about, but, Xavier also said, I thought he was going against them to help Cody finish his story. Yeah, well, he kind of stepped in on Cody's story, and they basically told him, go get WWE 2K24 and finish your story on there.
Along with everybody else's story.
If I'm going to be mad at anything, I'm going to be mad at that medium shirt Rock decided to come out in last night.
You mean Hollywood Rock? Get it right. Hollywood Rock?
Now, I understand that he's trying to throw back to all those $500 shirts he used to wear back in the day and the Hollywood Rock where he used to wear the leather vest and whatnot. But I think he just went and found him a shirt that wound up getting shrunk in the laundry. And he just cut the sleeves off of him. What was that?
I don't know. That's KG's boy. But can I throw one more wrinkle in the plans just to blow your mind and get you thinking about stuff? We're getting close to that time where Mr. WrestleMania 2.0 is supposed to somehow be woven into the fabric of space and time for WrestleMania. And I'm not talking about Shawn Michaels. I'm talking about John Cena. We are in WrestleMania season.
Why?
Because he shows up at WrestleManias.
Why?
Why is why? But where do you
Why?
put John Cena into this mix?
We know that you are John Cena's biggest pucker.
I'm just calling something out because you probably haven't even thought about it. He's got a streak going too for WrestleMania appearances. So where is Cena going to go in all this? Just food for thought. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. We ain't did this in so long, but let's book it. Here's where Cena comes in.
I ain't got no video graphic for that.
Okay, that's fine. Here's where Cena
have something. Hold on. I got a graphic.
That's always good.
It's always good, yeah. You know.
Here's where Cena comes in.
Why don't you put that picture over your face, and then we don't have to look at you for the rest of the show?
He would actually like that.
Go ahead, KG.
Well, I mean, shout out to Faye Jackson. But here's where Cena comes in at. Cena comes in, buys a ticket, sits in the audience, and watches it. There's nothing for you to do. There's no storyline. There's no build-up. There's nothing for you to do. You were at WrestleMania. That's it. There's nothing he can do right now. There's nothing that's needed for him to do right now.
You know what? You just made the list.
Thank you.
So pretty much what he did that year that he decided at they decided the last minute to have him wrestle the Undertaker.
I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just saying, just reminding you that there's somebody else that normally is involved in WrestleMania. But that person
So he need to go sit his part-timer butt down too and take Rock with him.
That's what I'm about to say. He has a unique perspective and conversation about part-time appearances. Now he's part of that crew. Could be kind of interesting if he turned heel with The Rock. Not saying it would happen.
He said in the interview, I don't know how long ago it was, but he said that he was he regretted burning The Rock in the ring about him writing what he was going to say on his hand, on his wrist.
Yeah.
He says he regrets that.
Work.
But let's say the other shoe drops, and Vince double dropped the deuce on somebody else all at the same time. So it's just dropping deuces all in the room. And they needed to quietly quench that too. Cena shows up. You've got Roman on night one with Rock and John Cena versus Cody, Seth Rollins, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's another thing that they've been talking about.
Would you even think about a Vince situation if you had the Mount Rushmores all in the ring at the same time?
Yep, I sure would, because I'd be like, look at what they trying to do to deflect you. Don't mind the man behind the curtain. Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Hold on. Special guest referee, Shawn Michaels. Special guest timekeeper, Triple H. Shoot, special ring announcer, Stephanie. Like everybody out there, all for that match. You wouldn't think nothing. Every headline would be, what the heck is happening and who won? Just saying. Just think about that. You know, it's time. They're going to have to make some strong shoot. You may have Dana White in a match by the time we get done. Dana White versus Logan Paul. You may have, I can't think of Randy Couture may come back. You know, he might finally get Tito Ortiz to wrestle again. All kind of crazy stuff can happen. It's WrestleMania season.
Speaking of which,
what?
Elimination Chamber picks.
That's your segue? You just said speaking of which, I'm thinking you're talking about WrestleMania season. Oh, my bad.
In other words,
my bad.
Said,
Hold on, Jay.
shit B.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's what he's
That's
saying.
what he said. Shit up, B.
Because he's scared. You see him scared, right? Got the sweat beating down. We're not going to finish the show on time. They going to call me. I got nowhere else to go. My bad.
We on the road to WrestleMania, so you have what's on the road to WrestleMania? Elimination Chamber.
Oh, that's a good segue right there. I'm glad you went ahead and did that. I appreciate that, man. It says it right there too. Elimination Chamber picks.
I know all over my face and whatnot. I don't appreciate getting pushed.
There you go. Oh, snap. Now he brought us together. See that? Unity. So at some point, I was talking about how I was the picks champion. KG has lost his binder because he out there. We don't know what he's doing, but he's out there doing something. So I will go ahead and call the wheel and jot
down. Parts unknown.
Oh yeah, exactly. He going into the Netherlands for real. Walking between two mountains, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, hello.
Wait a minute now. You about to get offensive.
He just said I was in between two mountains. So basically, saying I was living in the valley. I mean, come, you know what? Let's
said you were splunkering.
He was talking about that echo and whatnot. Like he was about to besmirch something.
No, he about to put that work in. Got that going to make a phone call to Morgan Freeman, but like, oh, Mr. Wayne, you want the tumbler? Go and take that out for a spin, Mr. Wayne. Oh, man. So, bringing it back to Batman. Put in a Continental title, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Elimination Chamber did stage in the game. As much as I like yeets and all that stuff, I am gonna say Gunther's gonna walk out with the belt.
I second that emotion.
All right, Sumo.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so that's our first wash of the night. Undisputed tag match, Judgment Day versus British Strong Style of our OG boy, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I'm sorry, Pete Dunne versus, I want to say versus because it's so weird just saying him in a tag team, A. B, saying the name, but Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, British Strong Style versus the Judgment Day of Damian Priest.
Oh, no. They're not British. They're not British Strong Style anymore. They got a new name.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did they change it to?
As of Friday, they are now New Catch Republic.
Oh, God. Anybody got time for that? So, Sumo, who you got? This is another easy one, technically, but go ahead.
Actually, I think they're going to give it to Dunn and Bate.
Really?
I think they are. Right, Hang with me here.
All right.
They give Tyler Bate.
Don't let it hang too long. You only got about 10 minutes.
You actually got less.
I'll take the fine. I'll just charge it to KG. Anyway. So they give Bate and Dunn the belts, which opens up Damian Priest and Finn Balor for WrestleMania. They're building up DIY. So WrestleMania, you have Dunn and Bate versus DIY for the titles at WrestleMania night 1.
I can see that. KG?
Go ahead and give me Judgment Day.
I think something's going to happen. I'm going to go with Judgment Day. I just don't think it's going to happen at the Chamber. But I think something's going to happen. DIY may beat them on a Raw or something, but I don't think that the new team is established enough yet to take it off. to make it make sense, but we'll see.
What? They're not a new team.
New team to the WWE.
No, they're not.
They haven't been
They're former tag team champions in the UK.
yeah, but they haven't. I'm sorry, US WWE. They haven't, gone through the motions to make them a household name here. NXT UK, which is now defunct, unfortunately, one of the coolest heavyweight championship belts that they've ever done. We can't count that now, I guess, but they're not a household name and established yet.
I tend to disagree, but go ahead.
If you take a poll, thank you, Judgment Day. Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax.
Ooh.
KG?
Oh my God. This probably be one that we all gonna be on.
I got your pillow ready for you, baby. Because he about to go up against you. I know I'm ready for you over here. Come on, go on and say it, KG.
Rhea versus Kush Push. Who you got?
See, what you're not going to do is you
say it!
No.
Get your Kinnison in there.
I'm taking Nia Jax on this one.
Okay. Sumo?
Peer pressure's a bitch, boy.
Ain't no peer pressure.
All right, who you got, Sumo? I'm going with Rhea Ripley.
So am I.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. In both Elimination Chambers, there are two, in the women's, there's three ladies that have not been announced or have qualified.
Whoa. Wait a minute now. Did you watch SmackDown?
Not all of it. I got Becky, Bianca, Liv. Who else qualified? Who did I miss?
Well, Shotzi was supposed to be in it, but she got hurt.
Out, right.
There's one spot open, but Tiffany Stratton is in, and who else? You said Becky,
Bianca, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton. I would still leave two.
No, there's one. There's one more. There's only one spot open, and they haven't announced that one yet.
KG, you're supposed to be fact checking, looking that up.
I'm looking. Now, what
was
your
chamber's full. They got everybody for the men's chamber. There's only one spot open for the women.
They got Bianca, Becky,
Naomi.
Liv, Stratton, Naomi.
Naomi qualified. That's right.
One more to be announced.
Yep.
Now, what they were talking about doing was having a last chance battle royal at Raw. So I don't know if that's still going to happen or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be bold with this one. I don't care who I don't care.
So what I was gonna say is, you can pick one of the people that we know is in it, or you can pick the question mark.
I'm taking Liv Morgan.
All right, KG's got Liv Morgan.
I ain't got shit to lose.
I'm going Becky.
I got a feeling the question mark is going to be a non-factor. The question mark is going to be somebody new coming in.
Okay.
And then most likely, it might be Jade. That might be where Jade comes into the picture.
Potentially. There's the rumor that they pulled her from wrestling at the EC, so we'll see. But who you got? Becky, Bianca, Liv, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, or the question mark?
Well, I'm not going with the question mark. I say Bianca.
All right.
I was gonna change my pick to be on, but I don't want to be like you.
And then the last pick is going to be the men's elimination chamber.
It's hard to be like me, son. And it's hard to be humble over here, but I'm just saying.
Hey, look, I'm okay with that. You're my guy, so I'm all right with that.
So we got Drew, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens. Sumo, you got the first pick. Drew, Randy, Lashley, LA Knight, Logan Paul, KO.
And this is for number one for Seth, right?
Right.
I'm gonna go Drew.
Okay. KG?
LA Knight, yeah.
See, I got a toss up. They could do Randy or they could do Logan Paul.
If they do Logan Paul, somebody gonna get the shit smacked out of him.
I want Lashley, but I know it's not gonna happen.
You know that's not gonna happen.
So I really know it's not gonna happen. So I'm just thinking about video package. I'm gonna go with Randy Orton. That's gonna be a deciding one for us. I can tell you that now because that's very for me that's an indecisive pick. So what time we got in this show, KG?
You're up against it. What you got left?
I don't know how much time we got.
You're up against it. You got a little bit of wiggle room.
I got about 10 minutes.
I don't know if you got that much time. You got a little bit of wiggle room.
Well, we could just shoot the breeze for about 8 minutes.
See,
I told that like this month I was going to try to squeeze in about 350.
Oh my God. He likes getting me in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Oh.
All right, now I'm just playing. You know, I'm just playing with you, man.
Phone already ringing.
You know, I'm just playing with you, Craig.
Phone already ringing. What?
We gonna wrap it up. Where's that button at? There it is. It says wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. So we're gonna wrap it up. Sumo, do you have any last words that could take about 4 minutes?
Nope.
Dang. KG, you got any last words that could take about 6 minutes?
I got a question for the Nubian Sumo because it's something that happened at the WrestleMania press conference and I didn't get to it. They were talking about how they had the whole bloodline up and the whole family tree and how everybody was related on the board, but it was one person missing.
Yes, it was.
Why was he omitted? Who was it and why was he omitted?
Zilla Fatu was omitted. But I believe my opinion on that is that they didn't want to have his name up there to kind of foreshadow his coming. Because it's already because there's so much going on with him right now. There was a falling out between him and Booker T with him down there in Reality of Wrestling, and that now they've hugged that out. So I'm thinking that there's going to be some point that he's going to show up in WWE at some point. They don't want to bring that in. I mean, they did have Jacob Fatu on there.
Yep.
But I think they're further along with Zilla coming in than they are with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Now, something somebody said on Twitter was because he had something legal happen, he got locked up or something, and the family doesn't recognize him. And the only person that recognized him and Jacob wrestled together, but that's the only person that recognizes him and family, but everybody else disowned him. Is any truth to that?
That's first I've heard about that. Because I have seen footage of Zilla being backstage at SmackDowns and Raws where he has been with the Usos and Roman and Solo. and they all look like they got together, and they all look like they were cool. And that wasn't on anything WWE or anything affiliated. That was on Zilla's YouTube vlog.
Okay.
So I don't see anything to that at all. If that is the case, then they kayfabing that real good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just got a ring from the network, so we have to end this. But I'm just going to tell the network really how I feel. This is some bullshit, and you mother